The Big E, and we're going to be at the boring stage for a few days on the Big E. Number one, I went in and I wiped it all down, and I'm ready to put Mr. Future down for decals, and it's going to be several coats, because when I built mine and I built the Constellation, I thought I put a lot down Future, because I had just a tiny bit of silvering on it, but this time I'm going to really saturate it where it's a lot of Future on the saucer, so we'll prevent any silvering. But anyway, got it wiped down. It's ready to be shot with some Future. There's one thing I got to paint, and that's down here on the neck. It's a little green color, or whatever. What color is that? Number 2. The neck accent. So I got to paint that, and I'll do that this week or this weekend. There's probably a couple little things I need to touch up paint wise, but we'll get to that. But more importantly, I want to get it Future, because I want to knock out get that all coated in Future, and then I can do the Camaro at the same time, just do an assembly line. But anyway, the Big E is just about ready for Future. The Mako Franklin, last I left off, I'm waiting on the photo etch, but I went ahead and doing a little bit of light blocking where it's a little bright on the nacelles. I'll have to do it on the saucer as well. But I've been going in and very little sanding, and this kit I think is really engineered extremely well. Very little sanding. The only place I really find is right here on the nacelle. You can see the little line, little gap there, and that's pretty much it. I'm just going to get a little bit of either plastic putty, or I'll end up using some red putty and just put a little bead on there, sand it off, and that's it. There's a couple other little places which I think tulip will work, especially like right around here. I got it clamped down. I think it needs to be a little smoother, but anyway, that's just a very few places. It's one of those kits that, basically pretty much builds itself, and very little putty work or anything of that nature. But anyway, Mako Franklin is taking shape. Now, waiting on the photo etch, but I went in and this is just temporary. This is vinyl stickers, and I went ahead and put them on just to it needed a name, and I wanted to see if it actually worked, because who knows if I have to build one for anyone else. We do have photo etch, but we also have another option if we have to make a specific name and don't have time to get a photo etch fret for it. But anyway, Mako Franklin is taking shape. The Camaro, and I pretty much got to wipe it down, and then I'm going to spray Future on the Big E. I'm going to spray Future on that all at the same time, but I did get the custom plates on there, and it's just one. It doesn't have to have one on the front, so we are good to go on that. And I learned to, I did put double-sided tape on a couple of these when I first started doing, but now I've been just soaking them in super glue and clamping them on so they're good and secure, and they shouldn't fall off if it does have a crash or anything of that nature. But anyway, that is pretty much almost done. The Last Stand Corvette, and last I left off, I got it all masked off, and for the color, I can't remember the exact color. It's kind of like a bluish gray, best way to explain it. So really trying to go hunt it down. I used Tamiya Haze Gray, which is my Viper Mark II color, and it's really, really close. And if you get it out, once you get it out of light, it looks like primer and light it is now. But once you get it in natural light, it'll look like the screenshot of the car from the movie. And I want to put it's kind of got a little shine of blue in it, so I'm probably going to take metallic blue and I'll just kind of like mist it on here so you get just a little bit of a shimmer on it. But anyway, I got part of it painted. I got to go in and do another coat, and I got to take off the back bumper. I don't really want to mask it. It's got screws, so that'll be easy to take off and spray, and I want to Future that as well. There's a couple stickers I had to rip off. They were actually clear stickers, so if I actually masked over the stickers to keep the name, it'd have the turquoise color. So I went ahead and ripped them off. I don't think they really need to be there. And there's a Corvette sticker, and I got to go look through my little Corvette sticker package somewhere in here. And I'll try to replace the Corvette stickers as well, because they were peeling off and it just wouldn't look right. So anyway, the last stand Corvette is getting painted. The Bomarc, I'm just about done with it. I pretty much got everything assembled. I got almost everything pretty much sanded on it. A couple things on the Bomarc itself I got to finish, but I got the platform done, and I was looking through the internets, and depending on I guess which version you want. Some people's done it silver, you know, I want to say black and silver with the different color scaffolding. I'm going to lean toward the yellow. And that one's more of a dark yellow with the Canadian one, but I'm going to pretty much go with the yellow one because the box art shows it as yellow with the black, what is it, a blast pad. So I'm going to go with that one. I think that'll make the Bomarc pop with the yellow launch pad, and we are going to paint it the light gray with the white nose. So that's the version we're going to do, and I'm going to try to get it painted this weekend. But I got to dig out the paints, and I got to make damn sure that I got everything sanded down, because once you put a light color on, you'll see every flaw on the man on it. So anyway, I got to fix some of that and figure out what color of yellow that we can represent the launch pad. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. Bomarc just about ready to get some paint. We are painting the last stand Corvette. Camaro gets its license plate. The Mako Franklin getting some light blocking and some very little sanding, and we're prepping the Big E for some futures. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.